This happened about 13 years ago, but it still feels like yesterday. I was around 20 years old, living in Fresno, California at the time. Fresno's a weird place. Honestly, a lot of open land, a lot of weird stories, too, especially if you get out near the farmland or the rivers. One of my closest friends back then was this guy named Eric. He and I were both night owls, and we both loved fishing. There's this river that cuts through some farmland outside Fresno. We'd go there all the time, late at night, set up some lines, maybe have a few beers. It wasn't anything special, just a way to kill time and shoot the shit. One night, it was probably late March, we decided to hit the river again. We got out there around midnight. The spot we liked was a good 15-minute walk from where we had to park the truck. There wasn't much around, just some barbed wire fences, some old irrigation equipment, and dirt lots, and lots of dirt. We set up camp, just like always. Nothing unusual. The night was super clear. I remember that part because you could see all the stars, not a lot of light pollution out there, which made it easy to spook yourself if you weren't careful. We fished for maybe 2 or 3 hours, caught a couple small ones, but nothing worth keeping around. 3 in the morning, we decided to pack it in. We reeled up the lines, grabbed our stuff, and started the walk back to the truck. That's when it happened. We're walking up this dirt path, just 2 guys half drunk carrying fishing poles, and I hear Eric stop behind me. I turn around ready to give him shit, thinking he dropped something, but he's just standing there frozen. I look past him down the trail, and that's when I saw them. 2 figures, tall, skinny, almost stick-like. They weren't walking. They were kind of gliding across the dirt like they were on wheels. But there weren't any wheels, no sound either. Not even the crunch of gravel underfoot. They were pale, like really pale, almost glowing under the moonlight. And their bodies looked wrong. They barely had any torso. It was mostly just long legs. And this tiny little upper body, no arms at least, none that we could see. They moved slowly across the path, maybe 50 feet in front of us. They didn't look at us. They didn't do anything aggressive. They just moved, like they were floating. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't even think. It was like my body knew, before my brain did that, something wasn't right, that we weren't supposed to be seeing, whatever this was. Eric grabbed my arm so hard, he left bruises the next day. He didn't say a word. He just yanked me backward, and we both bolted in the opposite direction, dropped half our gear, didn't care. The craziest thing, we didn't hear them follow us, no chasing. No noise at all, just this deafening silence behind us, like the world had been muted. We made it back to the truck in what felt like record time. I was fumbling with the keys so bad that Eric had to grab them from me and unlock the door. I think we peeled out of there, doing like 60 before we even closed the doors all the way. We didn't talk for a long time, just drove in silence, back to town. The next morning, I tried to tell myself it was just exhaustion, maybe some farm equipment, or scarecrows or something. But the way they moved, man, the way they just floated across the ground, nothing human moves like that. A couple years later, I found out there's an actual local legend around Fresno. People call them the Nightcrawlers. These tall, thin creatures that only show up at night, supposedly caught on security cameras once or twice. But even before I heard the name, I knew what I saw was real. Eric and I never went fishing out there again. He won't even talk about it now. Acts like it never happened. But I know it did, because some nights when it's really quiet and there's no traffic and no noise, I swear I can still hear that dead silent glide across the dirt